Hello,
Okay.
everybody. What's going on?
All right. Give us one moment as we share this out, but thank you everyone for tuning in, especially if you're watching the replay. It'll be like 1 minute. But
One
yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Uh,
Which group are we on right now? Are we on the pre-PT group or on test?
it's on my page, but
Okay.
oh shoot, right click. There we
It
go.
doesn't show me
But
who's
I'm
on. So,
sharing it out. I'm sharing it
okay.
out. So let's see. So pre-PT. It's been a while. I'm so rusty. Come on.
You still rusty? Yo, I feel comfortable, dude. I haven't done like I
Right?
was saying on yesterday on YouTube. I was doing a live, and I felt really
Yeah.
comfortable. I felt really comfortable. I remember the first time I did a live on YouTube. I was sweating, dude. I was
Oh,
sweating
yeah.
hard. And it had to have like an outline because there was so many thoughts rushing into my brain. Like I
Yeah,
had to be
right?
thorough with my thought and my clarifications. And now, there we go.
Okay.
I said, "There's Matthew
There's
tag me."
there's one. Let me get a couple others. I'll hit mentor with Greg because why not? Even
Okay, yeah,
though, yeah,
cool, cool, cool.
but good
So are we
stuff.
on?
We are on. I'm
All
just
right.
my computer is like lagging like crazy right now.
Okay. What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Tune in, tune in, tune in. And
Tune
then
in. What are
last
we
but
gonna talk
not
about
least,
today? What's the agenda
student
for the day?
life. Student life, test anxiety, clinical internships, the
The
whole
whole nine
shebang,
yard.
whatever's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, last
Good.
but not least, this is the one that matters.
The pre-PT one. Yeah.
It's all good. Okay. Come on. There we go. About and
When we don't mean to
there.
be quiet as much. You're just trying to connect something.
All right. I think that.
What's going on,
Oh,
people?
okay. Let's go. All right. That's good. It says we need an admin, but I'm sure Casey just got it. But anyways,
Okay,
everyone, thank you for tuning in. My name is Matt
thank you.
Villegas. This is Berg, and we are going to talk about our DPT student life, I guess, as of right now and
Yeah,
from the beginning. Because last time we chat was like last year, and that was about
that was
getting
last year. Yeah, we were
getting
we
into
were still
PP
pretty
school.
new at this whole going live on Facebook,
Yeah,
trying to learn social media. So we have a whole year experience now. So I
I
can see
know.
the change. I can see that you super comfortable, and I'm
Yeah.
feeling good. Manny, you want me to be? I'll go out there.
Go for
I'll
it.
go out there.
Yeah, it's cool. We gotta respect the
Yeah.
classmates. All good. It's all good. Oh, let me put this in
Do it
the.
on my computer.
I
You
forgot.
just
We
go.
got one more group.
Sorry. We
I'm
have
gonna
one
put
more
this
group.
in the. I'm gonna put this in SSPT also. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
So good.
Yeah, just tap Kylie. I'm still holding on a second. I'm going messages right here.
And now we good.
We can just do this.
All right, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, awesome. So yeah, first thing to chat about. Sorry for the wait. Anyone watching the replay, but probably yeah, classes and taking tests and studying that whole life, and then going in a little bit about our clinical internship experiences. But yeah, you
Yeah.
go
So,
first,
so
Berg, because
how
you're
we got how we got into talking about this is just I was messaging Matthew, and Matthew said, and I told Matthew, I've been doing Facebook Live, Instagram Live all the time, but for some reason, every time I get up to speak in class, I get anxious, and I don't want to be anxious, but I am. So we're talking about different strategy that we can employ to feel a little bit better about presenting in front of in front of your peers, in front of an audience. And I'm gonna let Matt go first, and then I can tell you what strategies I've been doing because I'm not really a strategical guy. I'm more of a let's go with the flow, but I've noticed a couple things that have been working for me, so I can
Yeah.
share that with you.
Yeah, for sure. For me, I mean, I've seen the change with myself from starting school to the most recent presentation I had to give, and just doing that whole like putting up the PowerPoint and like how do you like do this, and like I was kind of okay with things before, but now I'm like really comfortable where it's like even if I'm saying like the most completely wrong dumb thing out there, like
You're
still
still
being
confident.
confident and
Yeah,
comfortable
that's
with
it.
it.
That's what it takes, man.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge, but I think the other part with it is when you reach that point in DPT school and you're comfortable with all your classmates and like, yeah, you know, your professors, it's like, whatever. Everyone wants to just get this done, and it's like it's less pressure that
Yeah,
way.
but
For whatever
what about for someone who, for example, like I'll use myself as an example, right?
Yep.
I'm comfortable with all my classmates. I'm comfortable with all my professors, but I still want to go out there and give my best self, and I want to sound thorough. I want to sound like I know exactly what I'm talking about. And even though I know it's casual, everyone knows me, you still you
Getting
still
that
feel
mode.
like you've been judged a little bit, and then I get stuck into my own head sometimes. All right, so this is where don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. But yeah, but let me tell you what have been working for me so
Yeah, go
far.
for it.
So, like I was saying earlier, I'm not really I don't have great organizational skills, and that's actually detrimental,
Hmm.
especially for someone like me who's trying to have their own business. So I found what works for me is just to have an outline and then do the whole presentation on my own, and then present
Hmm.
it to somebody before I actually present to the class. That I found really helpful. But it can be, for example, I had a presentation about. I think I was doing a presentation about local mat, right? Body weight support treadmill. About the
Right.
local mat. So the parameters, what gait speed it should be at, how much weight you should take off from the individual, and I had to do a whole presentation on that. So I did the whole presentation in front of my girlfriend,
Hmm.
who's she's a clinician as well, so she could actually judge my presentation and give me some pointers. So
Yeah,
and then I went did the presentation in class, and it went well.
that's good.
4 o'clock, you guys close? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're good. You're good,
No,
right?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I guess for me, I mean, in terms of my experience, I'm not saying you have to do this, but I've had a lot more experience changing and improving with communication just by hosting a podcast and just by winging
Nice.
it all the time with
Yeah, nice.
interviews and
Oh wait, you
questions
don't.
like
Wait,
this. I don't
someone told me
prepare.
someone told me you have to plan the hell out of a podcast. Like it's not just you come and you just ask questions and then you're done. Like there's a lot of preparation
It
beforehand.
depends on who it is, but for
Okay.
me, just the way I've been doing it, I come from the opposite end of where, as a student, I've been super organized, super structured, and super preparing for things. But then it's like Berg said, like you got to get out of your head. So with me, with the way I run my podcast, is that I totally wing it and just go with the flow of the conversation and go from there. And being more comfortable in that sense has helped a lot because then you understand better about like, yeah, I do know this stuff. And the important thing is that I get to share this with others and like trying to think more positive thoughts and maybe like review and watch some TED Talks or whatever helps you.
Yeah, those guys are always walking on stage. Like
Yeah.
they're always pacing themselves. And then when we do a presentation in class, I actually never do that. I actually never pace myself. I just stand there in front of the podium. I'm gonna show you the podium right now that we do our presentation.
Yes.
This is it. It's
Sample.
right here.
Nice.
So we just stand there, and then we just do our presentation in front of the class, and we barely move. So,
Yeah, it's all good. You don't have to move, but you definitely want to keep it informal in the sense of like you're still technical and talking about what you're sharing, but it can't be like
it
boring.
can't be like you can't be no, you can't be
There
boring.
is,
So
yeah, there
that's
is
the
another
trouble I
level.
run into when I do too much preparation, and I
Hmm.
feel like I'm reciting something instead of actually being in the moment,
Exactly.
and I have to watch out for that every time.
Yeah, so in my case, it was presenting about my research. It's a little bit
Which
tough
what
because
was your research paper on? You know,
for me, so the title was Does Caffeine Use Impair Static Balance?
oh,
And used a force plate. One of the challenges is that like a lot of our classmates had similar topics, similar research projects. So even though we all were like technical and explaining things, it's still like, yeah, like we've kind of gone over this concept with like other people, but you still got to explain about like the different systems involved or like what it was you were looking for
yeah,
and how could this research improve. And yeah, it's a lot of just
it's
trying
a
to
lot
work
of
with
work. It's
others.
a lot of work.
Yeah, definitely. So one thing I did want to bring up, Berg, is like working with others. I mean, I know we talked about the presentations, but group work is
Group,
a huge
man,
part
it's just
of DPT
group
school
projects.
anywhere.
Group
But yeah,
projects. It depends because you have to have good chemistry with some people can work with everybody. Like I can work with everybody, but if we want in a group are on the same page and we kind of like have like not similar personality, but we understand, like it's more of a understanding matter. Like if you guys understand each other, like if like for example me in a group, I mean in a team project, I'm not gonna be the one organizing stuff. Like
yeah,
you would not want me to be organizing anything. But in that's true. That's true. But in terms of like, like, hey, can we get? I'm more like the proactive person. Like, can we get this person to do this? Can we get this person to talk about this for a project? For example, my capstone is on a community service thing where we have to go to a
gotcha.
high school and then present different healthcare profession to the high schoolers. So we went in first, we
Hmm,
did physical therapy, and then I was proactive in terms of get other people to actually participate in our conversation. So it's
good.
kind of like so I just go and talk to people, hey, we're doing this presentation. Like, come on, I think you'll be great to be part of this because there are people who actually need, you know, this to I know you like kids. I know you want to give some values, and I think there are high schoolers that would really love that. So this is how I pitch to them, and then include them into the project,
Yeah,
and then get me to do the editing and the visuals and the aesthetic because that's what I'm good at.
yeah, definitely. There's a lot of different like rules and stuff. And like you said, with knowing other people in the class and trying to be able to work with others is such a huge challenge, especially because it's like,
Yeah, it's
gosh,
true.
it's like always the same
It's
person.
super hard. Maybe I might stay downstairs and finish this.
Yeah.
So if you want to go, you can go. How long is it? We're gonna go till. That's what I mean. You can go. Yeah.
Oh
So,
snap. All right, we're live in pre-PT now. Okay, awesome.
oh, we live in.
Yeah,
Uh,
we got approved. Awesome.
just leaving
So
school. I was gonna give you guys a tour. Well, I can't flip the
go
camera
for it.
here, but
Yeah, it's
give.
fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys down. We actually built a center downstairs to work with patient with stroke and patient with
Nice. Oh shoot, Berg. Oh no, did we lose
here.
Berg?
Fanny. Do we? We don't. Well, let me show you where the center is.
Oh,
So
okay. Go
you
for it.
see this? See this behind us? Right there. There we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, many you can do. You sure? Yeah, I'll stay here. Yeah.
Call me when you're done.
All right.
If I'm in the neighborhood, I'll come to you.
Okay. So yeah,
Nice.
this is the place. Are you
Yeah.
closing? You closing the whole
Close,
thing?
close.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Valerie. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh,
But
Jasmine's here.
yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that spot.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie. They built this up like I think I believe like in the summer when we went to our first internship. That's when they actually
Mhm.
built it up. I don't know if
Okay,
there's a lot
for
of
sure.
noise, but I'm gonna sit here and finish the live. All right. Good.
Awesome. Yeah, because the
Well,
connection was like,
right. My school. Oh, I think. Oh, I think it's. Hold on a second.
yeah, go for it. It's okay. We got it. Technical difficulties.
I left school, so the Wi-Fi is not connected.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you still on?
Yeah. I mean, I can hear you. Hopefully it's on. All right. Give us one moment, guys. Ladies and gents. Okay. Perks. Pop back in. Okay, just give it a moment and Berg will pop back in. But as we were stating earlier, and you can catch a replay about how we were talking about presentations and just some tips of how you can be better with communicating and watching TED Talks or doing different mental exercises to try and prepare you to speak better as you.
Back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me?
Okay, there we are. Okay,
All right.
Berg, I hear you. Okay, you got the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Awesome.
Guys, you can ask us some questions too. Those of you who just
Hey,
got
Jenny.
here, my name is
Yeah.
Berg. I'm a second year DPT student, and if you guys don't know me, I used to run a YouTube channel. Where I just talk about, I vlog about my journey into physical therapy school and the like. So if you guys
Yeah.
got any questions for us, let us know. If you
Yeah, go for
have
it.
any question about coming to MGH IHP, which is my school, and this is where I am right now, let us know.
Yeah, and then just another quick intro with me. I'm Matt. I'm a third year DPT student. I'm in my clinical internships right now. So we were talking about coursework and going to talk a little bit more about the group projects, how we delegate those roles and do all that work.
Yeah.
Berg was saying how he's not very organized, and I'm like at the opposite spectrum. But yeah, it's a real thing. You have to do a lot of group work,
You
and
have to do a lot of group work. And the thing about it, like you might be in a group. I'm pretty sure some of you have been in a group presentation where you were not put into a position where you can give your best because one person there's always one of those group where one person always wants to do the work and one person always underestimate what the other person can do. So and if you get into that group, you're gonna have to advocate for yourself because what happened is the group presentation is kind of like a training for real life work. Because when you go when you go to a real life clinic where you have to work together with somebody, there are a situation where you're not gonna like your coworkers, but
yep.
you still gotta work with them. So it's a matter of swallow the hard part and then just do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, I've never been in a group where I feel alienated. Is that was that a
Yeah,
word?
alienated. Yeah.
Alienated. Here we go. Oh man, so, it's a hard one. Yeah, I've never been in that kind of position. So, but then again, I'm blessed enough to always being able to just see things for what it is. I always take the good out of things and then just block out the negative part.
hmm
So
Yeah.
because of that, group dynamics. Well,
Honestly, like the biggest challenge is just in PT school, the burnout, because you're building up with everything and you're working on these case studies, and like not everyone's at the same level of like, did you review that? Like, what
No. That's pretty much, that's why to prepare for any group project, you gotta do at least 50% of the work. For example, those of you who are going to PT school, you're gonna have a lot of materials to cover, like a lot of materials to cover. So never come to class, and that's how you avoid test anxiety as well.
Mm-hmm.
Test anxiety, it's not just when you're going to take the test, but there's also the week coming up to the test. And I know, Matthew, I know you know what I'm talking about, right? That last week when you go into the classroom and everybody, you can smell the stress. Everyone is impacted by it. So one of the best one of the best way to avoid that is basically to just, if from week one you got to start strong. From week one, every day you get some prep work, do at least 50% of it. Some people don't study well by themselves, they do better in class. I'm like a mix of both. So
Mm-hmm.
I always make sure I do like 50% of the work, so that way when I come to class and people are talking about stuff, I'm not dumb.
Yeah, let's see. We got some questions. So first one, Jenna says, Jenna was asking why you stopped vlogging, Berg.
What?
Why you stopped vlogging?
Why I stopped vlogging? Uh,
And yes, I do graduate this year, Valerie. And yes, okay.
Hold on. Let me zip up my coat because it's getting cold out. Hold on a second.
Yeah, Sarah was getting worried about you.
Yeah, it's freezing out, and they closed the school.
So originally I had this wonderful plan to just sit down in the classroom and do the live stream, and then the security guard came in and said, "Oh, we close at 4." So now I have to be outside and do. I have to stay outside and do this. I don't know if you can see, like, there's like steam coming out of my mouth as we're doing this, but my hands are not freezing. I have a jacket. We good. So why did I stop vlogging? Why did I stop vlogging? Well, I guess to give you guys a quick recap of what I've been doing since I came back from full time. So I came back from full time one, which is our first internship, and things got real. Like when you get, it's one thing when Greg tells you how it is out there, like this is how.
Yeah, Greg Todd. Yep.
But when you go and you experience it yourself, like you have to be. I was like, oh man, so this is how it is. This is how real life PT is. And ever since then, it's like I already knew I wanted to graduate like right away. Because none of that newer stuff that we're doing now. And Matthew, I know that's your cup of tea. That's your cup of tea there for newer, but newer is not my strong suit. I'm very ortho. So after I got everything I wanted out of that first internship, which is manual therapy skills, I got exposed to, the bigger picture of what I want to do. And it got real. I was like, okay, so new grads are getting paid this amount, which is not a lot. There's this, that. I was like, oh my god, like I need to start working on the future, like right now. And if you guys don't know, I have a strong passion for soccer. That's all I do. Besides, me, going to school, all I do is watch, talk, sleep, eat, and breathe soccer. So I decided, hey, that 1 year and some change that I spent, servicing pre-PT student, let me take some of that energy and start working on building, my little soccer empire, trying to get to my soccer niche and serve that population.
Soccer obsessed, I think, right?
Yep. I changed the name. So that's what I've been doing. I've been on Instagram, just do drills, show people like a couple exercises that they can do to manage some sort of injury early on, so that they can get back on the field a lot sooner. So that's what I've been doing. Every week I've been releasing like 4 Instagram videos, and then I go live sometimes and talk about the game. Now I have a plan to just invite like professional soccer players to talk about,
That would be awesome.
to provide value to those kids. There's a lot of kids that follow me on Instagram that wants to go pro, and they keep asking me questions about it. And I'm not a pro. Like, I play soccer recreationally. I'm not a pro. I can't answer them. So I'm like, oh, why not bring? And then he just hit me. Like, I was like, holy shoot! Like, I could do this. Like, that's what podcast is.
Yeah.
Bring other people that have no knowledge and bring value to the people that you're trying to serve. So I just got that eureka moment like 3 days ago when I was talking to the kid, and now I'm just fishing out and trying to figure out, okay, like, who do I know as a former soccer player on my Instagram that can do a live with me? And this is where that skill, this is where going on YouTube Live, going on Facebook Live all those years back is going to help out, because I'm comfortable going in live. So it makes it work. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of soccer stuff. I have some plans to, make a couple videos there. But another reason why I wasn't motivated to vlog is because we're doing neuro. Everything is neuro. Like, just,
I know, school.
it's a little bit selfish. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not interested in it, so I'm not motivated to, record in class. And the intervention we're doing is, it's kind of like, yeah, do some bed mobility. I feel like that's not enough. But then again, I'm projecting.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
showing.
Sarah suggested following Beast Mode Soccer on Instagram.
Beast Mode Soccer on Instagram. Right there. Okay.
Yeah.
If they have pro on their page, I'm connecting. I'm gonna connect.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, and definitely, like, I would say from my first clinical internship experience with private practice outpatient ortho, it's like, as a PT, you just focus on the body, you'll get them better. They'll improve everywhere else on their own, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, you give little tips and tricks here, but like, you're focusing on that one muscle or that one joint, and like getting as much as you can out of it, and like looking at the research, like you're good, and educating these patients on what we do, as opposed to like chiropractors or personal trainers or like whatever else is out there. And like,
You know what? Like, I had a good CI.
Yeah.
And the way he works is just amazing, because you know how, we tend in our profession, we tend to just bash all the profession, like, oh, AT
Exactly.
aesthetic trainer wants to do this, like, they need to stay in their lane. Oh, chiropractor needs to do that. And then chiropractors is the same thing. Oh, PT can't do this, can't do that. He wasn't like that at all. He said, listen, he was talking to a patient, right? And I think the patient asked him a question about, like, now, can I just stop seeing my chiro that you can do this? He's like, absolutely not. Listen, it's hard to find a good chiro. When you find a good chiro, we can both work on you and help you get better. I was like, oh my God, this guy's a trooper. Like, he's not discouraging people to see other healthcare professional, which you should not do that. So that's why I'm like, oh, okay, well, everyone can work together. So it's not a matter of, as long as you focus on what value you can bring to the patient, you lock them in. It's salesmanship, right? It's like someone talk to you and come to you and says, oh, they ask you, like, should I, for example, that, like earlier they said, should I see my car? That's not your business. Like, focus on this. Like, I don't know whether you wanna do Cairo or not. That's your decision. But let me just focus on what I can do. Because now you run into like advocating for another profession, and you just basically miss the whole point of the whole thing.
Yeah, there are so many debates,
like,
so many debates out there.
Sell me PT. Sell me PT. That's an entire way to say, hey, why is PT good? And that's how you gotta see it. Salesmanship, man. It's just huge. huge in PT.
Huge.
And
Yeah,
you're
and
learning a bit
then
about that with Paul, right?
yeah. But for PT school, do you want to talk about like your experience, Berg, with what we learned in class, coming from like taking courses, and then what we saw in the clinic?
Taking course, like, can you
Like
clarify
just having like the theory, and then you finally see what it's really like out there, and what
Oh,
people
yeah.
are like really saying, you know?
So it's Matthew, you can speak to that too. When you know what you want to do, am I buffering?
Yeah, I can hear you. I know it's a little windy.
Okay. When you know what you want to do, right? And then you come from school and they're doing something completely different. For example, for PE, they spend the first year doing all orthopedic stuff. Hey, how you doing? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
The museum? They have this whole area is like a tourist site. So if you go that way and just follow the yellow car,
Hey Brian, thanks for
you can. What
so
do you say? What did
you
Brian
got a
say?
compliment about being a Nets fan.
What?
It says Dangberg, a Nets fan.
Yeah. So so when you know what you want to do, the first year it was all ortho, which is what I want to do. And then I see I go to the clinic, and then I see what it's all about. Like, it's all about salesmanship. It's all about, like, you do more sales than you do. I feel like the most important part about a physical therapy interaction is the selling part. Because the whole subjective, the patient come to you and says, hey, you know, I have this, I have that. Now you have to sell PT to them.
Yeah.
And, you can know all the exam technique, all the mobs. That doesn't mean anything. If you can convince the patient that you can solve this problem for them. And if you can't do that, they're not gonna come back. They might say the first day, but they're not gonna come back. They're not gonna refer their friend to you. And that's what clicked. I was like, oh man, now I need to start reading book about sales. I need to know techniques. And when I came back, I was all business now. And then I focus less now on, well, you still got to focus, but I
Right.
focus a little bit more. I add a little bit more like outside work, like sales and marketing. And now I'm kind of like more. I really want to do those marketing and those sales things a lot more than just studying in class.
Yeah, it's a problem. You got to balance, but
Got to
yeah.
balance, but hey, I'm still passing. I'm still passing my class.
Good. Good. Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, for me with my current clinical internship, like doing peds and working with kids, it's almost like half the time it's spent trying to calm them down, like get them to good behavior, and then
Half
play
the
and make
time.
it fun. Like,
Make everything fun. You can't tell a kid to do like 5 times sit to stand.
I know, and you could have like the best clinical idea ever, and then they just reject you right there on the spot.
Right
It's
there.
like horrible.
The best part is you have your plan ready, and then when they come, they in the worst possible mood, and then you can't do PT
Yeah.
at all today.
Yeah. So
Matt, my phone's about to die, man.
oh, all right,
My
all
phone's
right.
about to die. I'm at like 4%. This is crazy. I was at 60, and now I'm at 2%.
Oh man. Okay, so the last question here is just: do you ever get discouraged, and then what keeps you going? So I'll let you take that one away first.
If I get cut off, then you can take over because I'm at 3%.
Yeah.
Discourage? No, because now before PT school, I was a little bit discouraged because I didn't know what I want to do. Now that I know what I want to do, and I specifically know what I want to do now in PT, I'm like more driven to, you know, do things for myself. You know, there's discouraged about, I don't have time to be discouraged. Like, I don't have time to focus on that because I'm trying to like grow in a niche, and that's all that matters. Like the focus. Like, remember I told you I didn't have the focus? Now I finally have the focus. And when you have the focus, nothing else matters. Like, you're not gonna have time to. Of course, you're gonna be down because there are ups and downs into growing in social media. But other than that, man, it's a journey, and you gotta learn to like it.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's like being discouraged because what I'm doing right now is super challenging. And I know there's another person, Alex Angar, could talk about his clinical internship with PEDS as well. Like, everything is fair game, every age, every diagnosis, like any system. So it's just like all that stuff. Plus, you have to make it fun what you're doing, and you have to document it. So, I mean, that's pretty much where that is. But yeah, okay. So I'll definitely let you go, Berg. One last really quick question is, how many hours a week would you say that you put into doing PT school?
I would say every day I have to study. Like, I study at least 3 hours every day from Monday to Friday. And then Friday and then Saturday. Well, actually, no, never mind. Like 3 or 4 hours every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 or 4 hours every day. And then, of course, you know, there are times when, you know, I study for like maybe 1 or 2 hours, but PT school is 24/7, bro. Like, even though I make time for my other things that I'm doing on the side, but, you know, at least 3 to 4 hours a day, you have to study. You have to prepare. You have to catch up. They always want you to read an article. I'm getting sick and tired of reading articles. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I gotta read articles.
Read an article, man. It's ridiculous. But yeah, but that's what you sign up for when you get to PT school, and you have to do the work. You have to be immersed in it. Right now, I can say I'm 75% immersed.
Right.
And in the 35, like, I'm trying to grow my other stuff.
Yeah. Hey, AT. But yeah, I would definitely agree because unlike college, like, these aren't blocked off courses. Like, everything is building up. So you got to know yourself and what you need to review. Yeah. But awesome. All right, I'll let you go, Bert, because yeah, okay, there we go. His phone died. But anyways, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in, and hope you got something out of this. Feel free to message either of us if you have any questions, or, you know, always use the pre-PT group. But all right, thanks for tuning in. Adios.